Hi, welcome. I want to welcome you to this live stream for this day. I've seen people are starting to join in. I want to welcome you to the technical training channel so that I am able to see whether we are able together to get together or to get each other properly. Kindly, you can post me a comment to just notify me whether we are getting each other correctly as we wait for the others to join in. So I think we will continue so that as the rest join us, we will continue so that as the others join, they will meet us as we progress. And of course, at the end of the live stream, we will also share the content of this stream for today. Again, I would wish also to notify or to let you know that this is my second live stream. We had one previous week, where we were discussing various issues that are related to principles and elements of architecture. So if you've not been able to see or to get that live stream, you can just check in on this channel and you'll be able to get it on the playlist and also on the live stream section. So today we are logged in this technical channel. I want to invite you. If you are not one of my subscriber, kindly do so that anytime we are sharing content, anytime we have a live stream, you'll be able to get it firsthand. But this is a channel that basically deals with educational content because our aim is to be able to deliver educational materials, educational content to most trainers who are within our reach in this channel. We have quite we are also incorporating other trainers in this channel so that they can give us we can tap uh, into their experience, into their wealth of knowledge that they have in various technical fields. So this channel basically deals with educational content related to building drawings, engineering drawings, structures in building, civil engineering. We also deal with matters that are related to surveying questions. If you have any area that you feel you would wish us to respond to or to address, we would welcome you to comment. Leave us a comment. We also deal with topics that are related to architecture, mostly in architectural communication, architectural design, softwares. Those are areas that we tackle in this channel. We also deal with technical drawing issues, technical drawing questions, whether it's from past papers, whether it's from new concepts or concepts that have been covered, maybe even in classwork or any other interaction with a trainer, and maybe you never got it clearly. You can always let us know. You can always comment so that we are able to address those areas of concern. Therefore, as we start our live stream for this day, we want to welcome you. We want to ask you to support us in this channel so that we can be able to reach as many people as possible. That's why we are asking you to share our content, subscribe, be our subscriber, comment so that you are able to see where to improve and areas that we need to address on. Having said that, today we'll be discussing the various types of models that are there in architecture, because we need to understand the various types of architectural models that are there that we can use to communicate to clients and to better our work and to serve our clients in a better way. Therefore, I want to welcome you so that as we begin, we'll be able to move together. In case of any question as we continue with this live stream, kindly post us a comment. If it's a comment or a question, we'll be able to address it as we move on. Therefore, you kindly allow me to share the slides for this particular area, for this particular presentation, so that we are able to follow together. Sorry for the mix-up. So I think we are good. So we are, as I have said before, we are looking at architectural models and the various types that are there. We'll be addressing the various types of materials that are used in modeling, and of course now we'll also look at the various types of models that are there in architecture. So therefore, we start with definition of what an architectural model is, and we are saying that architectural model is a 3D model. An architectural model is a 3D model, or an architectural model is basically a representation of construction projects that are proposed at a given time in 3D format. So when we have an architectural model in front, you can see the potential size, the design of the construction project, and also the interior part of the model. So therefore, models are done for various purposes: for presentation to clients at design stage, for communication particular details in an architectural design, for showing the output of the design or the final model of the design. So architectural models are done for various reasons, and we will be able to see the various types of architectural models that are done for different purposes. Therefore, as we also look at the various types of architectural models, we also need to understand the various modeling tools and materials that are used in model making. And we'll start with the tools. Some of the tools that are used in modeling, we have what we call the NT cutter for cutting various parts, various walls, various elements. We also have a steel rule. We also have pencils and pens, cutting mat, where you put your things as you cut, where you put the materials that you are modeling with, and you use the mat cutting on. Then we also have a scale rule for measuring and scaling down the models, because most of them are usually done to scale. And then we also have other things like set squares. Those are some of the materials that we need in production of a 3D model, architectural model, that is. In terms of materials, we have what we call the forex board that are used to form either the wording. We also have embossed papers. We also have mounting boards. They are used for mounting the project on, or also doing the walling. If you have walls of various thicknesses, these boards come with various thicknesses, and we are able to choose the ones that are appropriate to the designs that you are working on. We also have transparencies that are used mostly to represent the windows, the doors, the grasswork in a building. We also have styrofoam for various work. It can be used to model things like rivers. You are able to cut them well on a styrofoam. A sloping site could adopt a styrofoam because it's easy to work on. We also have a grass mat. It's just a representation of the grass material within the project or within the model. We have glue adhesives for joining various parts, various elements, various wiring together to come up with a model. We have scaled human figures, cars, trees, just to bring life to the model. We also have used paint, colored pencils to bring various effects to our model and to make them lively. We also have various roofing materials that we can adopt to communicate exactly what we want, or to give a client the feel of how the design will come out once it's executed. So these are some of the modeling tools and materials. Of course, there are many. There are many. These are just a few to illustrate or to kick us on this topic of architectural models that are used in communication in architecture. Therefore, we'll begin and look at the various types of architectural models that are there. We look at the various types of architectural models that are available for us and which we can use to communicate at various stages in the design process, whether it's in the design stage, whether it's in sketch form once the drawings are done, whether it's about the site work and the rest. So we look at the various types of architectural models that are there, and we'll even be able to look at various prototypes of such types of models. So the first model that we look at, is what we call the topographic model. And we are saying that topographic models express site levels and contours. So if you want to, when you want to show the various levels in a site, how slopey is the site, or the general topography of the site, we use what we call a topographic model. We are also saying that where every architectural models need no land on earth is actually flat. So we need to show the gradient. We need to show the gradient of the site that we are using by use of a topographic model. So you are saying that those topographic models are used to analyze the site levels, drainage, as it helps the architect in the earlier stages of the design to understanding of the site. So a topographic model is very important because it will help you to understand how your site is. It will help you to even understand how the drainage work will be laid, and where some amenities can be placed, on how you can minimize cost by designing an effective drainage, which is actually by the help of the topographic model, or generally the topography of the site. And this is an example of a topographical model, and we can see it shows us the various levels in a site because it's just a proposed site. So it will help us even to propose methods that we can use to be able to start construction, or we can propose various methods of construction. We can even utilize the site and the slopeness, the topography of the site, to even come up with more space once we cut the proposed site. We can have the basements, we can probably utilize the site well when we understand the site and we understand how the topography of the site is organized. So we also have another model that is known as exterior architectural model, an exterior architectural model. And we are saying that an exterior model are the most popular as model types that are usually made, and the proposed building is actually the proposed building is modeled for client demonstration. In case of a student, it could showcase talent, grab some extra marks, or obviously to run model making. And a good example, or we can have an example of it, so that as we discuss it, we are able even to see what an exterior model is. So we are saying that is a model that will show the the overall design of the building from the exterior part of it. So we are not concerned with the interior. We only need to model. Our model focuses on the form of the design, of the form of the given design that has been made. So therefore, we are saying it's done to ensure that the client is able to see how the design will come out. And in case it's for the sake of training purposes, like a class activity, the student will be able to showcase their talents, because architectural mostly depends on an individual and the creativity of a person. So different students will demonstrate uh, creativity in their own way. It will also assist them to uh, get marks and, of course, learn the basics of model making. So we are saying also that material like foam boards, cardboards, paper boards of varying thickness to wood, metal, plastic, they are used in modeling exterior architectural models, and they will be able to assist either a trainer or a designer to come up with or to showcase their design in an understandable manner by use of a 3D model. Then we also have another type of model that is known as interior architecture model. Interior architecture model. So we can also see how an interior architectural model looks like, as we also discuss uh, what it is and why are they done. So an interior model are done mostly by interior designers because they want to demonstrate how the interior part of a certain space will look like once it's modeled, or once it's constructed, or once it's uh, redesigned. Because with a model you are able to demonstrate how the space will look like, and the client will be able to interact with the space and be able to approve the design or even make amendments. So we are also saying that interior architecture models are more complex and detail oriented in comparison to exterior models. So this basically means that when you're doing an interior model, you have to really concentrate on the details, because this is now how the space will be utilized. It's how the space will be organized. So therefore, you have to really put a lot of efforts into details, and that's why the interior models becomes a little bit more complex as compared to the exterior model. So you're also saying that these models coexist with the exterior ones, where the outer shell is removable, revealing the interior. So the two go in hand, because of course the interior model will rely majorly on the exterior model to be able to showcase the interior space, because actually the exterior model defines the spaces within the design, or within which exterior model will be done or will be demonstrated. So we also have other models, like what we call the landscape architectural model. We have what we call the landscape architectural model, and we also have a prototype of a landscape architectural model. And with this model, we are generally saying that landscape architectural models are generally made by landscape architects, and these models might exclusively focus on landscaping elements like garden, parks, the landscape design of a building, and such things. So, landscape model, the landscape architects will really be interested in landscape model because they are the ones who design the landscape or the area that surrounds a particular building. And for them, they will do landscape architectural model to convey their concept of how the design will look like, how the exterior would look like. And you're saying that every model has landscaping like grass, sand, trees, and so many other elements like shrubs, street lightings. All of them will be done within the landscape architectural model to just communicate the vision of the designer or the concept of the designer. Then we also have other models like what we call the site models. We have other models like site model, and we are saying that a site models are generally done in by real estate firms, mostly done in a scale of 1:1,000. 1:1,000. So they are basically they cover large area, and then you have to use a large scale to be able to compress the site into a size that people will be able to conceive and be able to even make decision on implementation of projects because they are able to see in 3D aspects how the estate will come out. We are also saying that site models show the site at a relatable scale containing buildings, parking, and natural features. They are made by doing a topographic model and completing it off with an exterior and a landscape model. So we are saying like a site model is a combination of a number of architectural models because we are talking of topographic model, we are talking of exterior model, and we're also talking about the landscape model. So all of those three types of models brought together, they will demonstrate what a site model is. And a site model will be very important when you are developing an estate and you are able to see how the amenities within that estate relate with each other, how the various components like playing field for the kid, the swimming pool, uh, the gym facility, and other indoor games or ball games that are within that estate will be able to relate with the residential areas that are in that estate. We also have another model known as urban design model. And you're saying that these models are large scale, typically enveloping a city or a neighborhood. So these are large scale models that would be done to demonstrate how a city would look like. And we are saying that urban design architectural models have buildings that are block models, and the main design done in response to the urban sprawl is done in detail. So an urban design model will not go into details of how maybe a certain particular building will come out, but it will be done in a block just to demonstrate the concept of the building, how it will come out, but the other details later on will be provided by the exterior models and other models that will be able now to show or to demonstrate the various buildings within that city and how they will come out. So therefore, an urban design model will focus majorly on showing or demonstrating the concept of planning of a city, and authorities will be able to make decision on planning purposes, on provision of various amenities within that city, and generally how the city responds to the future trends in terms of population growth, in terms of various social amenities that will be required at a particular time when time goes by. We also have detailed architecture model. Detailed architecture model, we are saying that they display a particular structural, landscape, or aesthetic detail designed in a project and shown to client. So architectural detail model will focus on a particular detail within a design, and that detail is modeled to basically communicate even to the contractor or to the ones who are executing the design to be able to execute it as designed or as desired by the architect, the designer, or even the structural engineers, because they would want a contractor to be able to observe the details as designed. And it gives clarity to the ones who is executing the building so that they do not make mistakes. So we are also saying that for every detail necessary, use of materials that is similar to the original material used in design. We are also saying that the beauty of detailed model is that the scale of the model is flexible. Thus, it enables using the actual materials for making the architectural model. So we are saying that detailed model will utilize even the actual materials. You can do a detailed model by adopting the actual materials that will be used to construct or will be used to execute the building. You can do the detail in a smaller scale so that you just communicate and show how the detail is supposed to come out, and that will help the one who is executing the building to be able to do the details as designed and even as demonstrated by use of the model. And we're also saying that the detailed models can also you can also adopt materials uh, that are more closer to the real materials that you want to use. You can imitate. You can use imitate the materials that will actually be used, but just to demonstrate the detail that you want to be done, the detail that you want to be carried out. Then the other model, I think this is the last one. Of course, not the least, there could also be others that we could still research on, is what we call conceptual model. And a conceptual model basically explains an idea. An architectural concept model level up over sketches, helping the maker and the person viewing clear concept used in a structure. We are saying that it is done like building models depending on the output expected, and conceptual models are done with boards and glue. So basically, we are saying a concept model will be done by a designer to basically just portray or present their concept for a particular building and how they will be able to execute or to conceive the building. And basically, when you talk of concept in architecture, we are basically talking of what generally the building represents or what the building stands for, and what is the designer or the architect want to communicate with the building. So those are the various types of architectural models that are there. Of course, as I said earlier, they are not the only one that are available. We could still research on more. But for this particular live stream, that is what I had in terms of the various types of models that are there. And now I know we are able to differentiate between one model and the other, and we are able to even demonstrate our works or our design work at various stages by use of the various models that are there. So therefore, I wish to thank you for streaming and for watching this live stream. Again, I want to also encourage you, if you have not subscribed to our channel, kindly subscribe. Also help us to share the content of the channel so that you're able to reach as many people as possible, and also be able to share the various content and the various knowledge that we have with us. So maybe I'll just I'll stop sharing my screen so that I can see your comments and be able and see whether I'll be able to respond to a number of them. So maybe if you have a question or a comment to make, you can just post it so that I see whether we've been able to get the presentation properly, and also be able to respond to any queries or comments that you could be having. Of course, as we do our comments, our channel is a technical training channel. You can find it through our search handle, that is at technical training channel. You can get us there. Kindly support us by subscribing, support us by sharing our content so that we are able to reach to many trainees as much as possible. Therefore, I wish to thank you. If you have any comment, just comment. I'll be able to respond to. And of course, watch out for our next live stream. We'll of course post it in our once we post it in our live stream section. You'll be able to see it, and we will really appreciate your support next time if you'll be able to join us in our live stream. So thank you, and God bless you.